This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Sandpiper fifth wheel, model 3440BH. Alright, this is a how-to video, not a floor plan video, so I'm just going to show you how some of the features work, okay? So you just have an outside fridge in here. You can get into the half bath from the outside, so you don't have to run through the trailer. You have a 6-point or 4-point grounding system. Okay, I'll show you how that operates when we get to the controller. You have a vent for your range hood up there. Make sure the baffle's open if you're going to be venting to the outside. Power awning with LED strip. Alrighty. This is a kill switch for the battery, so you can shut it off right there if you need to. TV hookup here. Your propane is in there. 30-pound tanks. Your front storage and battery. This is your water hookup here. So basically, you can black tank here, gray tank here. There'll be 2 black tanks in this one. There'll be one at the rear also. So this black tank's flush right here. This is going to be for the front black tank. So keep in mind, you dump the black tank, then you leave the valve open. You put the hose on there, turn it on, it'll flush out the black tank and clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. This is a housing for a filter, if you choose. A quick connect for a sprayer. Let's see here. You have your second black tank flush here, okay, and then your city water hookup is right here. So to get the water where you want it to go, you look at these diagrams here. So right now, let's see where we're set. We're set here for city water. You can see the position of the 4 valves. You can fill the tank. You can pump from the tank. You can winterize the trailer, sanitize it, everything you need right from here, okay? Very simple. In here we have your controller for your leveling system. The 2 things to remember is auto level, is you're going to use that all the time. It just levels it. Now when you auto level, this always remembers the last position the trailer was in, which is called hitch height. So when you're getting ready to pack up to go, you want to go back to hitch height, so you'll just scroll down, auto hitch height, push enter, and it will it'll return the trailer to the correct position. If theoretically speaking, of course, you'll be able to slide right underneath it and hook right up to it, because it remembers the position it was in when you unhitched. Okay, those are the 2 most important. If you say retract all, then it's going to nosedive the trailer, so keep that in mind. It won't hurt anything unless you leave something under the nose, you know, like a cooler or whatever. So auto hitch height and auto level are the 2 most common. Now this is your solar controller. This top button on the right is the one you use. So right now you got 13.5 volts in the system. You're gaining 1.6 amps from the sun and stored it in your battery. Okay. You have 2.2 amp hours of storage and back to 135. So it gives you 3 readings. The voltage in the system, the amount of amps that are being converted from sunlight and stored in the battery, and then how many amp hours you have. We're a little low right now, so it's not totally charged. If it gets totally charged and there's no room for storage, it'll shut the solar panel down. So it'll just say FUL and it'll be flashing. That doesn't mean it's broke. It means that there's no more room for storage in the battery, so it shut the panel down. As soon as the amps drop in the battery, it'll go right back to its 3 normal readouts, okay? It's very simple. Your water heater, this works like all water heaters basically. So this works on gas or electric. This is a 10-gallon heater, right? So this switch right here, on and off, this rocker switch, this controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here, okay? So that's how you shut the electric heating element on and off. The burner, the valve that you turn the burner on and off, is inside the trailer. I'll show you that when you get in there. Your drain is right here. So it takes an 1" 16" 6-point socket to drain that. It's got an anode rod attached to it. So when you drain it, like people will, because you know if they're not going to be camped for a while, you're going to drain the water out of the water heater tank. The thing to remember is after you put the plug back in, always refill the water heater tank. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll be running it dry and you can damage it. So never run it without water in it. That's important, okay? I guess that's self-evident, but you'd be surprised at how many people do that. 30 foot 50 amp cord, and we got a reducer here that reduces you down to 30, so you can plug in anywhere. We give you another reducer that reduces it to 20. So this would be the rear valves here, okay? So keep that in mind. Let me go a little farther. Yeah, this housing up here tells us this is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit, so you can always add that if you're interested. We carry them here. You've got a ladder, so you can access the roof easily. The manufacturer says every 90 days you should inspect the roof. You're just going to look for cracking or separation at the sealant. Make sure there's no way for water to get in. Make sure that there's no damage to the roofing material or to the roofing attachments, you know, caused by, let's say, low branches, things like that. So you're just going to give it a look over to make sure everything's good. That should be part of your regular maintenance. People generally don't inspect their roof enough, so you're just protecting your investment. Odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but that's why you're inspecting it, to make sure. Okay, this right here is your power converter. This converts AC to DC power, right? So you have, on this side you have the AC power, so you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers, and they're all labeled here. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses, okay? This is also a battery tender, so it's always going to, as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's always going to sense how much energy your battery needs up front and keep it charged for you. Okay, the solar panel will keep charging it, and of course when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator charges it. This is for your fan here, your ceiling fan. Okay, your slide room's here. Your power awning is here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in when you're not going to be there. These are your lights. Your heated tanks. This has heated holding tanks, so you turn it on right there. Extend your camping season. So your water heater is on gas is right here. And there's the fault light right next to it. To turn your water pump on, you do it here. Remember, the water pump is to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. If you don't have a city water hookup where you're going to camp, you can just set the valves correctly on the outside where I showed you, and it'll fill your fresh water tank. Then you would come in here and turn on the pump, and all the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it from the tank. This is the switch between gray and black tank when you're using the sensors to get a readout. And of course you have gray and galley and your battery and all that sort of thing. Okay, it graduates up in 1/3 increments. All right, so your thermostat is like all thermostats. You hit the mode button to light it up, then you just keep poking till you get to the mode you want. It's very simple. Okay, you can drop your table down right here and put it on these cleats, right? And you can turn this into a bed. This here is a hide-a-bed. The back cushions come off. Then you're going to grab it down here and you fold it out. It's a 3-panel hide-a-bed, so another place for visitors to sleep, or whoever. Your refrigerator is it's when you travel, you always want this screwed on there so the doors don't fly open and get damaged. So you always want to travel with it like that. Your microwave right here has a built-in fan and vent. So remember I showed you the vent on the outside. I told you to make sure the baffle's open when you're venting. This has a 2-speed vent here plus a light. Your range, I don't know if the gas is turned on right now, but either way I'll talk it through even if it's not. You have 3 burners here and 3 knobs, right? This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it, and this is for your oven. Let's see here. Yep, so it's lit, or the gas is on, I should say. Okay, so it's that simple. When it comes to the oven, there's a pilot light all the way at the back at the bottom. So you're going to light that. To light that, you go to the picture of the flame, then you depress this. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You light it, and once the pilot light lights, you'll still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature, of course. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Of course, you got a light here. Okay, all kinds of storage. I don't go through the storage because it's self-evident stuff. Always travel with this top shut. Okay, coming this way. First of all, your keys are hanging on the faucet handle. You have a fireplace down here, and the fireplace you can change the fan speed, you can change the colors. It's actual space heater, and it has a timer on it too, so you can turn it on and off. When it comes to your sound, you can play discs here, right? You also have a USB drive here. You have AM, FM radio, FM for sure anyway. A lot of times they're skipping the AM these days, I'm not sure why, but you have at least FM radio. You have Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet. You've got 3 speaker zones, A, B, and C. A and B are inside, C is the outside speakers, okay? So, and you also have a TV set that's strapped into place right now, okay? Oh, they didn't make the bed yet. But anyway, you have a loft, obviously, and a bed down here. There's a TV hookup here, right? You can use that for upstairs or in the loft plus down here, I believe. Yes, and then there's another access to the half bath right here. Now, the thing is, with all, I mentioned the black tanks, the black tank flush. With all travel trailer toilets sit over a black tank, right? So there's a black tank under here, and so what you have to do when you get to the campground, you can't use the black tank dry. So what you'll do is you'll hook up your power and your water. You'll come in here, put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal, water will come swirling around, and you'll stand on the pedal long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there. Then it's ready to be used. That goes for the front toilet too. The thing is, if you don't do that, it's considered running it dry. And if you do that, the smell will be terrible, super terrible. Plus it can get clogged up, so you don't want either of that to happen. So always put chemical and at least a gallon of water in there when you start off. Sink works like any other sink. You have a fan here, and it has a electric vent cover, right, and the fan, so you can open the vent and turn it on from there. You don't have to stand on anything. Okay. Walking past this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it's not, get it serviced. Obviously, it detects and warns you if it senses carbon monoxide or LP gas. Okay. So this one has like 2 bedrooms, 3 if you include the loft. Okay, so your shower works like any other shower. This does have magnets in it, but always travel with it latched. I'm sorry about my camera work. Always travel with this latched, because when they're slamming together, they can break. So you always want them latched. Same switch for the fan, the ceiling fan. You got a vent cover and the power. Toilet, same principle. Chemical and at least a gallon of water when you're starting off. Okay, you have a wardrobe slide here, so you get all this wardrobe space here with drawers and a wardrobe. Second air conditioner. That's why it's a 50 amp system. You have 2 air conditioners. So you have a separate thermostat for this one. You got TV hookups here, and there's a backing plate here. The sticker's not there, but you can put a bracket. You can feel it behind it. You can put a bracket there so you can hang a TV and watch it while you're laying down. Always remember you want this on. See, I could shut that off, but you want it on, glowing green. That's telling you your digital antenna signal booster is on. You won't get a good signal without it. There's some storage underneath the bed, like usual. Okay, the battery. I see the battery sitting over there. It's got to be put in the. I'll have one of our guys do it. In the smoke detector. Okay, so I think that covers it. These are your remotes here. This is your fireplace, your sound, and your TV, right there. And here's your battery, and this is all the literature for the components of the trailer. So you can read it. You can learn as much as you want to. So Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. You want to do that every 90 days or so, have somebody else do it, whatever. You're just protecting your investment. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Like I said, you're just checking. Odds are you're not going to have to do anything for a long time, but you're just staying ahead of any possible problems. And right now, this is, when it comes to the water system, this is ready to be camped in. So all the antifreeze has been purged and replaced with fresh water. Your water heater valves are in camping mode, and there's water in the water heater, so you're all set. Remember, never run the water heater without water in the tank, okay? Thank you.